There's a guy under there, and then some people came by, and then they took him out.
How, there were multiple people that took him out?
Yeah, it was like a small group or something.
Man, how does he do that? Oh, hello again. Hi, I'm Game Master Joe, and if you're looking to learn how to do D&D voices, you've come to the right place. We'll be teaching you all about how to do all sorts and all manners of different voices for your Dungeons and Dragons campaign. But first, we're going to be teaching you how to shift your voice up to the very top it can get, and down to the very lowest it can go, or at least within your range. And we'll be talking about range and the value that it has and how it plays a role in your ability to change and adjust your voice. So come on, let's get this started. The first thing you need to know is that your voice is malleable. You can change it at any time and at any point, and odds are good you have already been doing this, whether you're aware of it or not. And not quite to those extremes. See, we change and adjust our voice to match the people we're around. Sometimes we're like really excited and we're eager to do whatever everyone else is doing, and other times we're kind of annoyed about it and we talk a little bit slower and at a different pace and lower volume. These different tones share and convey to the people around us how we're feeling. When you have a stuffy nose, for instance, you tend to talk a little bit more like this. That's because you're now talking out of your nose and mostly the upper portion of your mouth, right around here. Your voice is coming from like right around here and not here. Because you can shift your voice from being all the way up here and more like kind of snotty, like nose region, like right around here is what I'd be putting it. But you could also talk from around here, deep in your chest. You have that hearty tone, that rich, full-bodied experience. So when you're talking from like the lower portion of your neck or closer to your throat, you have more of a deeper, full-bodied sound. So at its base, adjusting your voice is shifting where that sound comes out from your mouth. Higher pitch means shifting your voice higher in the neck and mouth, and lower pitch means shifting it lower, trying to make it sound like it's coming from the lowest parts of your chest and throat. So if you were trying to do like a Mickey Mouse voice, for instance, it would be, for me, it's going high, so up, and then back. So, oh boy, here I am, it's me, Mickey Mouse. Comes like right from up here whenever I'm trying to do that tone of voice. Now, Dungeons and Dragons. So Mickey Mouse and a Goblin are both kind of similar in that they're both the back of my neck, but whereas Mickey has more of a real high push, I'm also shoving from my chest to really get it up as high as possible. A Goblin's very much right around here. It kind of like sits in the lower regions of my mouth, but it's still coming from the highest back portion. And we'll kind of get into shifting and pushing from different areas. But for now, we're just trying to get the high volume, right? The high pitch and the low pitch, and to the best of our abilities. Let's say you want to play a strong warrior, a hero, mighty among men. You're going to be going as deep and as far down your throat until you've got to the very chest, to the very heart of who you are, and are now conveying that with your whole chest forward. And so I try to keep my mouth very open as I play characters and as I make that type of sound, because I really want it to feel full. Keep my mouth open to expel as much of that air as possible so that the sounds reverberate through my chest and throat. Throat and chest, to the best of my abilities at least. And of course, once we have the higher pitched and the lower pitched voices, now we can adjust the pitch higher or lower and find our range. Everybody has a range. This is kind of the tone of voice where your volume is going to naturally rest in comfortably. And this next part is a big warning. You can hurt your throat if you overuse it or use it incorrectly. And it's fine to portray a character outside of your range, but once I start feeling any type of pain, I try to pull back, and if there's a D&D character that's like, oh boy, and it's like very like loud and high pitched and maybe like even like throat gargly. Like if I was playing like an old lady, for instance, it might be like, oh, what are you doing over there? Oh, you're hurting my feelings, whatever you take from me. That becomes very draining on my voice. And it's not an accent that I can do for a long time without it starting to hurt. So I might introduce it, have the character do a funny bit, and then leave. And make sure never to bring that back for that session, because I don't want to injure myself, and I don't want you to injure yourself either. Alternatively, you can just choose to alter the tone and the voice to not hurt you. which is what you should do. In fact, don't hurt yourself. But a lot of this is going to be practice as you're trying to learn. Listen to voices you like and then try to emulate that sound. All different sorts of characters exist out there, from Mickey Mouse to Grog is a great example. He's got that like, right, see, here it is. I'm Grog, and I love to bash somebody's skull in. Like, he's very throaty. He's very like chest. The core of that character comes very much from like my chest and farther deep down. It's nothing up here. It's not in the head. It's all in the heart and the chest area, which for me is a little bit out of my range. And while I like it a lot, if I play it for a long period of time, I know that I'm going to start to feel a little bit of pain in my throat. Not is more of like a higher pitched accent. If we're thinking of other characters from Critical Role, he's got that like, "What are you doing over there? Oh, Caleb, I don't really like that idea." Or, "Oh, Caleb, I gotta take care of you." You know, he's got that like high-pitched, straight back of the throat type of accent. Speaking of accents, if you'd like to see me teach you how to do more accents and actually shift in the tone to sound a little bit different and more similar to some of the characters that you might be seeing, let's get 1,000 likes on this video. So go ahead and push the like button down below and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll show you how to do all sorts of different types of accents for your characters or for the villains that might be popping up in your games in Dungeons & Dragons. Let me know what you'd like to see in the comments below, and I'll try my best to figure out how to do it for you and show you how to do it. Now, let's practice. This is going to be an exercise I'm going to show you how to try and shift your own voice. First, find your baseline. Just start talking in that neutral voice that you have naturally, whatever your normal sound is. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing your voice back to the back of your throat. And then we're going to push that once we've gotten to the back of our throat, once we've pushed it all the way back, then we're going to push it up to the top back of the throat. So you should be able to you should be feeling the air going all the way up your throat. And it should almost feel like you are talking out of the top of your head. Right? So as soon as you get to those highest points, it should really feel like you're just talking almost right in here, and it's no longer really in your throat anymore because you've sent it all the way up to the very top. And then we're going to bring it back down. So it'll go, oh, it's waving all the way at the top. We're going to slowly bring it back down, right back down to our natural and neutral voice. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start shifting it lower into the middle throat and then deep into the chest. And once we're down there, we'll let it sit and stir for a little bit. Really bring out the depths of our character and tone of voice. And then we'll start to bring it right back up to our natural, neutral tone of voice. This range exercise should help you find what's comfortable and what's uncomfortable for your voice. Again, if you start hitting it and it feels too painful to go too low or painful to go really high, take a break. We don't want to injure yourself. And first and foremost, make sure that you're hydrating as well. See, when you're talking, you're using up a lot of the natural water and the hydration that's in your body. So if you're going to be dungeon mastering and you know you want to try out some of those voices, drink a lot of water beforehand, drink a lot of water during, and drink a lot of water afterwards. That's going to do a lot to really help your voice out. And honestly, if you're feeling sore at any point during your game of Dungeons & Dragons, you can tell the players, hey, I need to take a break. Or, we've got to cut the session a little bit short, my throat's bothering me. Do not strain yourself for the game. They will understand. And most importantly, have patience. Have patience with yourself. It takes time to build into being able to do all sorts of different types of voices, and that's okay. I've spent years looking in myself in the mirror and just talking out loud to myself when I'm going on a walk, doing different types of voices just to see what type of characters I can do, or doing different types of accents to see how I can get from point A all the way over to point B, and so on and so forth. There's lots of different types of characters and lots of different types of accents, and this is just the first video, potentially, in a series about it. If you'd like to see more, again, go ahead and hit the like button, and share this with as many people as you can. If we get to 1,000 likes, I'll make sure to make another video on how to do different types of accents. And I'll choose some of the best accents you comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Keep on role-playing, friends.